startup founders, students and investors alike. They're converging on the Bertha Retreat. That's outside Stellenbosch in the Western Cape for Sweat Africa 2026. It's a two-day startup and venture festival designed to connect African innovation with global capital. The program features 150 to about 200 structured investor founder meetings, curated matchmaking sessions, pitch and picnics that allow investors and startups to also engage in a low-pressure, high-value format. Around 50 international investors and venture capital stakeholders are in attendance for that. So SABC News reporter, economics reporter Liabo Setho is at the festival and has more for us. Let's take a look.
Thank you very much. I'm coming to you from Bertha Retreat, which is outside Stellenbosch here in Cape Town. You could call it that I'm in heaven here in the midst of entrepreneurs, startups, venture, capitalists and creationists. Everything that you can think of the entrepreneurial ecosystem under this one tent. And here at Bertha's Retreat, it is the Sweat Africa. This is a brilliant concept that has been given birth by a group of entrepreneurs themselves as well as academics. All in one, but brilliant minds that have come together to bring all the people who matter in the entrepreneurial ecosystem under one roof. Registered for this event is around 440 people. Of that is about 100 startups, and also investors are here as well. It's really an exciting 2 days. But I am with Professor Tulio de Oliveira, is one of the co-founders, who's going to give us an overview of how exactly this was started. You'll be amazed at how much work that went in just a short period of time to achieve this. And currently we're actually having a panel discussion right at the back where they're talking about building deep tech unicorns in Africa and what investors are looking for. So on the stage are investors, and they are giving out valuable information about what exactly they look for when they want to put that money to your project. Let me go back to Professor de Oliveira and talk to him about Sweat Africa. Few months, this outcome. Congratulations. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, thank you. So it was quite a few intense months, since we came to the idea to fund the event, but quite important, to attract the best startups. I think that we have here some of the best startups of South Africa and Africa, but also big investors. For example, in this panel here, we did a quick calculation. They have over $1 billion that could be invested, close to 15 billion rands that they manage of investment that could be invested in this ecosystem. So that's what they're going to be looking. They're going to be engaging with around 150 startups here to see if they can discover the next unicorn, a company that grow to become value over $1 billion itself. So it was very intense, but very exciting. And that's how innovation happens. It's an intense environment. It's about sweating. It's about working hard and taking the opportunities.
You're going to have a couple of activities that are happening, among them picnic pitches. I'd never heard of the concept, so I'm so excited to show our viewers what those look like. But some of the things that were said on stage are what investors look for. I think with your experience, you may have been in agreement with the investors upstairs about some of the mistakes that are made. And in your line of work, what kind of things have you seen, not necessarily in deep tech, but just generally, mistakes that we do as entrepreneurs that make investors not want to fund us?
Okay. I think one of the main things that the panel highlight, and not only the panel, before that we had a few hours lunch at Tokara Winery just with investors talk about that. What they're really looking is for the companies want the investment in the right time. So how investments divided in the startup, you will call first seed or angel investors, that's small investments, around 1 or 2 million rand, and then after they have what they call the Series A, Series B, and Series C, and that's when the companies grow to grow. For example, behind us we have some electric cars from Mellow Vans, so they just went through all this series, and now they employ close to 500 people making electric delivery cars, for example, for Take-A-Lot, for Spa, So that's a success. When you come from one idea, a number of engineers in Stellenbosch, start growing a business, start to get small investment, but now large investment to scale. Imagine they just got, to the best of my knowledge, an order of close to 1,000 from electric vans, from Take-A-Lot and Spa. Yeah. So that's what they're kind of looking. They are looking for the right investment at the right time. At Stellenbosch University alone, we have 50 companies that are being incubated, and that they are moving between the seed to Series A investment. But this Sweat Africa is much more than Stellenbosch. Here we have companies from University of Cape Town, University of Pretoria, Wits, and all around Africa. So that's just to try to match. And that's what we are trying to do as part of that, is the startups to understand what kind of investment they want, understand the ecosystem, and then match them with big investors.
Another thing that came out that I thought was so relatable, yet something that can be so easily overlooked, is the one gentle talked about how in one business that they were looking to fund, the business case came later because the founders were so technical, because they're very technical people. They think about the business element of what they're doing much later, and I thought that was quite profound, because there are those entrepreneurs who think money first, and there are those that are thinking solution first. But both can be detrimental if not balanced with a business case.
Yes, exactly. So, for example, here we have a lot of people from the MIT business school, executive business program, that work with companies to create the investment portfolio and try to understand then how to run finance. We ourselves, we have a large program called the African Stars Fellowship that we are funding dozens and dozens of Master of Business Administrations for scientists. So that's when scientists that have ideas, then we start putting them in a program that how not only use the scientific idea, but how to build a business. And that's the kind of things that scientists have to learn, not only the technical, but also how to develop and deliver in a business.
Before I let you go, because now it is time for a quick 10-minute break, tell us about what other things are there. I heard them talking about a fireside chat that will be happening. It's Valentine's weekend. All excited. Give me a rundown of some of the things that can be expected for those that will want to join next year and come and join Sweat Africa.
So the program is very dynamic. It's made by young entrepreneurs. So we're going to have a pitch competition now. We got 300 applicants, that 5 were selected to the final. So they're going to be on what you call deep tech, on clean tech. This means green tech and also health tech. After that, the investors, we're going to have 20 investors that's going to come and they're going to pitch. They're going to say, that's what I'm looking, and then to fund, and then they're going to sit in a corner and do a picnic. A picnic is a dating that each investor will then start meeting with the startups 3 minutes only to try to pitch the idea. After that, we're going to have what you call a fire chat. It's Friday 13, and the big topic, what can go wrong on the fire, on that. Tomorrow, we have a lot of movement. We're going to have a table tennis competition between investors and startups. So when people is waiting to the competition, they begin to talk about deals. We're going to have multiple lunches at different wineries that we bring big investors with the startups together. So that's what you call the mix and match. And that's our job, is to identify the most promising startups, understand what the investors do, and put them talk together, because that's where the magic happens.
Professor de Oliveira, thank you so much for your time and for making time to speak to us. I want to really watch after the pitch. I really want to see the picnics, and I want to show our viewers exactly what everything that Professor de Oliveira has mentioned and what exactly in practice it looks like. So we have a quick break right now. After that, it's those pitches, and we'll see which investors is willing to put money on a project and how much they're willing to do. Can they really put their money where their mouth is? And with that, it's back to you, studio.